right. So we are live on Facebook and on YouTube. This is my first try. So if you cannot hear me or there's anything I should change, please be nice and let me know so I can make adjustments. All right. So usually I film a video and then I upload it onto YouTube. And usually I go live on the Facebook page. And then it's twice as much work because it's twice as much work because I'm live on Facebook and then I have to copy it to my phone, back to my other phone so that I can upload it onto YouTube. So we're going to work smarter, not harder. All right. When you join us, please say hello. My name is Helen. My husband and I breed English Mastiffs in northern Maine. We have a pretty good sized farm here, and we currently have 6 Mastiffs. We have Patton del Fracasso, who was born in Italy, came here at 4 months old, and I'll tell you why. You cannot import a dog from Italy until they're 4 months because of the rabies vaccine. The United States is a rabies country. Italy is not, but you have to wait until the rabies vaccine is given. So that is why a lot of you have asked why we actually don't get our pups in from Antonio until that age. It's because of the rabies vaccine. So this is my first time being live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. I'm pretty excited over this. We are in the whelping room. I wanted you to see it in real time. So I actually am rearranging some stuff. As you can see, there's the whelping box. That is my not my normal whelping box. That actually is a puppy's. If you are breeding giant breed dogs like I am, I would not recommend puppies simply because they're a little flimsy. Even though they say that they're rated for giant breed dogs, I can tell you they are not. Over the years, for about 8 years, we built a very heavy whelping box. Pretty cool. It was beautiful. And last year I decided to invest in another one. So this probably could be a holding area for puppies that may be a week or 2 old, but certainly not for a mom and puppies just because it moves around a lot. So Patton del Fracasso. Patton del Fracasso arrived here in Italy. I notice I'm getting viewers from the YouTube channel. I am so excited. Usually you just see videos that I upload. So sorry if I'm jumping around a little bit. This is new to me, having both channels up running at the same time. If you want to comment or give me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate that. Again, my name is Helen. My husband and I breed English Mastiffs here in northern Maine. I have been breeding about 30 years. I have bred horses. I have bred Mastiffs. My father had Mastiffs, so I grew up with them. Oh my goodness, we're getting a lot of viewers on YouTube. I am so excited. So this is like Christmas for me. And so Patton arrived here first. He is the son of the 3rd-time European World Champion, Cosimo del Fracasso. You have only to Google the name Cosimo to know who Patton's father is. Then we have Chiara del Fracasso. She is the daughter of Urano. He also is a champion in Italy. Then we had Serafina. Serafina was the daughter of Franca del Fracasso. Franca cleaned up in the show circuit in Italy. She won pretty much everything that could be won, including and not limited to Rome, England, Crufts, Budapest, and Spain. So Franca is amazing, and I frequently post pictures of her. That was Serafina's mother. We have Gage. Gage, just passed away. He was my heart dog, and he was pretty much with me through everything when my health was not good and everything. And I actually lost him September 29th, and I was devastated. Gage was Del Fracasso and Durance de Bon out of England. And so I might tell you a quick little history on our bloodlines. I know we're getting a little glare through that curtain over there, and I'm sorry. A little history on our lines. Massimo and Tocci from Sicily imported these lines from England over to Sicily, and that you're talking 50 years ago. And he wanted to make sure he was bringing something to the table. He wanted to breed up. He did not want to breed anything from the United States. It was really important to him that, they were weeding out and breeding out anything undesirable in the Mastiff composition. And so what a lot of breeders will not tell you, that I will tell you, is giant breed dogs of every breed inherently have health issues. Giant breed dogs inherently have health issues. Why? Well, because of their structure. Because of, a lot of times, they're not well bred. And I will tell you, I'll interject here and say, purebred does not mean well bred. Purebred does not mean well bred. That's key in the Mastiff world. So Massimo is the founding father to the lines that I breed here. We have a lot of respect for Massimo. When he went and got them from England and took them over to Sicily, he joined forces with Emmanuel Asta and Antonio Fracassi. So the reason when you see our dogs, you see, wow, those dogs are not like a lot of American Mastiffs. They're bigger, they're thicker. I get these questions all the time. The simple fact is our lines do not originate in the United States. And so, usually if Antonio has a litter that could be compatible with my male or one of my males or my females, I will go ahead and send my money to Italy. That pup at the proper age, 4 months after it's been vaccinated and all the stuff that has needed to be done, will go from Rome, because Antonio lives in Tuscany. So the pup will fly from Rome to either Germany or Denmark on Lufthansa or KLM, and then fly all the way to Boston Logan Airport. That is where we drive down from Northern Maine. Usually Chris and a friend of ours will drive down from Northern Maine, meet the pup at Logan Airport. And so that begins our journey. So currently we have Patton Del Fracasso, Kiana Del Fracasso. We have Lily and Rain. Lily and Rain are Gage's daughters. You've seen Lily with that huge black brindle head, and Rain looks exactly like Gage. Something important to note about Lily: there has not been a black brindle in the Del Fracasso world in Italy since Blondie, and that was in, I think, 1990. So Lily is extremely special. I think that's important to note. Her structure, the length, everything, all the measurements of her body at now 2.5 years old. She's perfect she's of age to breed. All of her genetic testing is done. Thank God she is beautiful black brindle. She has thank God, a beautiful temperament, kid-proof temperament, as well as Rain. So that is one thing about our lines. I know I'm jumping around a little bit. That is one thing about our lines to note, is that there is an impeccable, unparalleled kid temperament. Now, we get contacted a lot. Some of the questions we get, and to be honest with you, I'm not on all those Facebook Mastiff pages. There is a million Mastiffs of America, Mastiffs of this, I'm not on any of those sites. You will never see me advertise a puppy or well, we don't usually have pups available because people get under contract very, very quickly. But you will never see me advertise on, all them other Mastiffs, whatever, United or Galore or whatever. Mastiffs are cool. You will never see any of our puppies there. You can only obtain one of our puppies by joining our Facebook page. Also, Bella Vista English Mastiffs. You will have to ask to join it because it is a private page. We have a lot of people on the page, military members and law enforcement and doctors and lawyers, and that's the reason we keep the page private, is so that we can monitor it, closely, and that we can make sure there's no drama and no chaos. And so definitely wanted to come on here and answer some of the questions that people have been asking me. And I don't want to get sidetracked anymore because I know everybody's busy on the weekends. So what we do here is not every male and female should be bred. So we do what we call selective breeding. A breeding has to make sense. They have to complement each other. Just because you have a male and a female of the same breed does not mean they should be bred. The breeding has to make sense. I have like a little scale that I go down. What one can bring to the table that the other may not. Also, I also get a lot, actually on the YouTube channel, there have been several people that messaged me with pups from other breeders, and they're having health issues right now. And I appreciate you asking me and messaging me, and I will always talk to you. But I think it's very important, if you purchased your puppy from another breeder, I think you should always give them the first opportunity to answer your question. And if you've given them that opportunity and you don't feel satisfied that they've given you the proper time and attention that whatever the issue is deserves, then of course you can call us here. And I will always try and help you. But I think it is important to note that if you called us for a puppy and then because you didn't want to wait, you went to another breeder and you're having health issues, which there are like 3 people right now that are woefully regretting having not waited the little extra time till May. And again, I always try and be respectful and I will always try and help. But, we have our own thing here with our clients. And when you join the Bella Vista family, Bella Vista English Mastiffs, I make time for you. And if you are breeding any breed and you have engaged clients and sold puppies to clients, it is your moral imperative to answer your phone and address any issue that your puppy may have. So I think the key to what we do here at Bella Vista English Mastiffs is, and I say this a lot, so bear with me, consistent generational genetic testing. Consistent generational genetic testing. And what I mean by that is we can show you, not just tell you, because a lot of breeders will tell you there's genetic testing. We can show you our genetic testing results and then show you the parents of our dogs. Well, in your case with a puppy, it would be the parents of your puppy would be here. But then we can show you from Italy any ancestor around your puppy. Now, why is that so important? It's important because stuff can skip a generation. It's simple. Stuff can skip a generation. And you can get into trouble financially very, very quickly with an ill-bred Mastiff. And what a lot of breeders don't want to tell you is purebred does not mean well-bred. And so today's video really is about clearing up misconceptions about owning a Mastiff. You must do your research and begin with the very best bloodlines you can afford to buy, even if you are not breeding. Why? Because you're going to raise that dog, that puppy, to adult, and you want to make sure that you are only at the vet if you absolutely need to be. And here at Bella Vista English Mastiffs, we are never at the vet. Never, never, never. We've done we do go, of course, for, boosters and stuff like that. But I think when you start with the best bloodlines and you do all the proper genetic testing and you feed correctly, you are so much further ahead. than starting out with poor bloodlines, trying to fix what the breeder you got your puppy from did not right. So also I get a lot of calls, and I think this bears an honorable mention, is for those. Now in some cases I understand mixing two breeds. I know that there are water dogs and cadaver dogs that they use in the Pyrenees and uh, uh, um, Newfoundland breed, and I know it serves a purpose to possibly have a cross there. But in my opinion, and I do get asked, and I certainly do not want to throw shade on anybody, but just because you have a male and female of any breed, a golden retriever and a poodle, do you know that golden doodles are one of the leading breeds for health issues and joint issues? And I get calls, and I'm telling you, not every breed should be mixed. Now, if you breed a Mastiff to a Great Dane, and Daniffs have a place in this world, there are some people that don't want to go full Mastiff. That's fine, but it's not in my world. I deal with a very specific clientele that wants a very specific build and body type, and they want to know when they get their puppy home, I have done my job, we have done our job as a breeder, and then they can simply enjoy their puppy and continue on with the vaccines. And see, what we do here is we make sure all the dogs, that any dog that we breed, is genetic tested. Then in this here closet, in this entertainment center, I have a Wanfo machine, and I draw blood, and I'm able to progesterone test my females and draw the blood. And then, as you can see, that right there is a semen analysis microscope, and I'm able to collect our males and check their semen under that semen analysis microscope. That microscope is amazing, little pricey, but I'm able to check white blood cell count, red blood cell count, fecal matter, urine, and semen. And it has I'm able to count semen. And what you're looking for with semen is viability, meaning it's alive, motility, meaning it's on a mission and it looks strong and smart. It's fighting its way through all the other millions of semen, sperm, and morphology. With that microscope right here, I'm able to zoom in on the bodies of the sperm, and I'm able to check heads and tails, and of course, the body of the sperm. And what you don't want is broken off heads, broken off tails. What you don't want is sperm that are spinning around in circles, or, like I said, curved tails. You want what I call smart sperm. And we've been very blessed that Patton and Gage and Bruno all have smart sperm. And so that is what people come to us for. I'm a little geeky, so of course I'm checking the color of semen. I'm checking the color of urine. I'm checking if it has any odor. I'm checking poop, if it has any odor, what it would possibly smell like. Every hour of my day is filled with analyzing this majestic breed that we have here and making sure that we never breed any dog that does not bring integrity to this breeding program and to the people that came before us, Massimo Antocci and Emmanuel Asta and Antonio Fracassi. A lot of breeders in the United States have gotten a little angry at me because I will not just hand over or sell them full AKC pups, with breeding rights. The reason is simple. If your lines are not compatible with our lines, with the level of integrity to our lines, then all the hard work that Massimo did and Emmanuel Asta did and Antonio Fracassi, well, guys, that could be watered down in a very short amount of time. When people buy our puppies, they look for that, big gorilla head and the short neck and the short muzzle and the nice tight ear. big chest, big shoulder, top line, nice top line, and that big hip. The paws are facing forward. The front paws should be under the shoulder, facing forward. The back paws should be following the front paws, facing forward, not cow-tipped, not cow-hocked. So these are all the things that we look for as breeders. I get asked all the time to evaluate other people's dogs, and I go, ooh, I don't want to do that. I never want to evaluate other breeders' pups, unless, of course, you're my client. I do have some clients that have said to me, I'm having all kinds of health issues with this other breeder, the pup I got from this other breeder. Helen, can you just tell me what's your honest opinion? And I say, are you sure you want my opinion? And in one case recently, I called the breeder that my client got their first Mastiff from. And I said, why are you not answering your phone? Why am I on the phone trying to fix your problems and your health issues? So I'm sorry, but if you breed any dog, you owe it to the people that you bring into your world. You take their money, you take their hopes, their dreams, and the hopes and dreams of their children. You take them on a ride. And I'm sorry, but I am just not a big fan of, that everybody should be a dog breeder. I was kind of born into that world. My good friend is a large animal neurosurgeon at the Atlantic Veterinary College in Canada. I've got 1 million hours. I've helped in surgeries, gelding horses and delivering piglets and mares and foals, and doing stitches and taking them out on my own place. I'm not saying all of that was with my friend, but I have a lot of time in the field, and I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed vet, and I'm not a veterinarian. I am also not a licensed vet tech, but I have been in this field for many, many years, and I have been successful. And so I feel that if you are my client and you are my friend, I want the best for you, and so I will answer questions. So all that being said, the other part of the reason I wanted to go live is I'm seeing a lot of questions that people are posting that my clients are sending to me. Hey, there's a question on Mastiffs, whatever. Do you think maybe when you go live you'd like to talk about that? So one of my pet peeves, and it has to do with what we do here also. We get our females, when they're prepared, we draw the blood with the wand foam machine. You watch it all right here. I draw blood on camera. I run the tests right here in the whelping room. I collect my males. You'll see me under the microscope checking semen. Sometimes I get to that. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just already have the semen, but some days we're rushed more than others. But the point is, we know the chronological, the time frame on everything here, because we are so involved with, everything we do here, all the way back to where our dogs came from Italy. And so once we breed our females, in 30 days, we do a relaxin test here. This time we use Belly Labs. And then 30 days from that, you'll see my ultrasound machine over there, a little further over. That's the ultrasound machine over there. And then there's a TV that I put in the corner, and you're able to see your puppies on ultrasound a lot bigger than what I'm seeing on the ultrasound machine. And the clients that have come to me and trusted me really enjoy that. The part about the drawing the blood and watching the tests be performed. Our clients love being involved right from the get-go. So maybe that's not for you, maybe it is. But certainly it has been our experience that people really want to feel closer to the situation. They don't want to just go pick a puppy up that they didn't know how it all started. So for us and for our clients, it really works. So our girls will whelp 62 to 63 days later. I do a couple of ultrasounds. You're able to see growth. We play games on the Facebook page. How many puppies? And, oh, does that look like your puppy? And do you think that's a male or a female? And so our clients love playing them silly games. And I try and always be available for my clients. If you trust me, I'm your breeder. I wouldn't want to be taken on a ride by anybody. And I remember, and I've said this frequently, when Kiana, before Kiana was born, I was under contract for Antonio's Gladys. And the day that she went into whelp, she miscarried the whole litter and wound up on IV for a week. I had already sent the whole amount of my puppy, and the flight and the nanny was just about $10,000. So Patton just about 10,000, Kiana just about 10,000, Serafina just about 10,000, Gage, and I mean, that's what, the kind of, and honestly, I mean, people don't realize between the lines that we have and doing all the genetic testing and the equipment and the building that's heated, we're in about $150,000 all day long on our breeding program, whether or not we have a litter of puppies. So your puppies are born, they whelp 62 to 63 days, and from the get-go, our clients are involved and they have chosen their collar color. And so what I say is, hey, if you like white, if you like red, pink, blue, whatever your collar color is, that color that you choose when you go to contract stays on your puppy in the different sizes of collars till the puppy goes home. And the reason that we do that is because for children and grandchildren and whatever, it's easy when I do photo shoots of puppies for the child to just say, oh, look, pink. Oh, look, turquoise. They don't have to say, hey, which puppy is ours, Mommy or Nana or whatever. And so those are some of the things we do here. Now we weigh nightly, and I do nightly live feed videos here. And all my clients are engaged. And then we keep puppies 9 weeks because we potty train from 5 weeks to 9 weeks. We potty train from 5 weeks to 9 weeks. You hear me, all you breeders out there? You should not be sending puppies home that are not potty trained. That is part of the job description. It is important that you potty train from 5 weeks to 9 weeks. A little snow or a little rain is not going to hurt the puppy. We usually have a little relay here. My daughter will have heated blankets from the dryer, freshly wrapping them up. And as I'm outside in the snow with 5-week-old puppies, as soon as they defecate, as soon as they potty, praise. And it's so easy because they follow mom outside. Mom will defecate. She'll smell them. Then mom will defecate. And then puppy will go smell mom's stool. And then the puppy will. And then it's praise. And so this is all positive reinforcement and classical conditioning. This is not hard, but it is part of the job description. Now, for us here in Northern Maine, we have clients, and it doesn't matter whether you're a millionaire or you're not a millionaire. I have pups in $4 million homes in New York. I also have pups in farmhouses. I don't care if you're a millionaire or you're not. I still give you and your puppy the same attention. So it is very important, if you are a breeder, you should be every step of the way engaging your clients, keeping them involved. Let them FaceTime their puppy. That's something that's been tried, tested, and true. People that FaceTime their puppy when the breeder's not busy, the puppy gets to learn the voice of the children and the parents. And it's important because some of the things people complain about getting newborn puppies is, the biggest thing is, I don't want a puppy peeing and pooping all over the house. I just redid the house. Well, that's where we come in. We potty train from 5 weeks to 9 weeks. You can ask all of our clients over the years, did your puppy go home potty trained? Is that true, or is she just making it up? My clients will tell you, if you follow, they eat, and within 5-8 minutes, you're taking that puppy outside, and there is no reason that your puppy will not, as long as you stay on the same schedule, okay? So we potty train, is what I'm getting at. We worm at 2, 4, 6, and 8 weeks. We trim nails, we clean ears, we touch food, we desensitize them. And if you come to visit your puppy here, you let me know ahead of time. You can come, you can play with your own puppy. You're not allowed to play with anybody else's puppy because legs and little arms can get twisted and pups are expensive. But you are welcome to come and sit in the yard and play with your puppy and bring lunch or make something or whatever. And so people have enjoyed that over the years. Getting to something that was just brought to my attention that has been super sensitive topic is crate training. Helen, do you guys crate train? Of course we crate train. It's not meant to be a punishment. It's meant to be a little area that your pup can have some alone time, learn his own skills in terms of being comfortable being alone. People do comment how independent Faith is. Faith was raised to be independent. All my dogs are independent. They're not needy, clingy, but they will follow you like to the bathroom or whatever. But your dogs have to be sound mind and comfortable in their own skin, that if you leave them alone, they're not going to bark their heads off and drive your neighbors nuts. So crate training. We do teach crate training here between the 5 to the 9 weeks. Sometimes I have a giant crate in the great room. Sometimes I'll put all the puppies in there while I'm disinfecting in here. Sometimes I do 3 puppies in that crate and 3 puppies here, or 2 I separate them. So they're not herd bound. They are comfortable. They learn to calm themselves. And so it's very important. And to tell you the truth, mom is the best teacher. I am going to tell you something. I had a client that just called me. It was 2 lawyers from Connecticut. And they wanted to just send me all the money for the puppy. And she said she retired and he was still working. And she said, but of course we'd be crating while we're not home, da-da-da-da, and whatnot. And I said, listen, we believe that a giant breed dog should only be crated an hour and a half to 3 hours. And that crate needs to be big enough that that puppy and then that young adult dog can turn around and make some movements. And with enough space on all 4 sides of that dog, people are crating their dogs for while they work. I can't even get my head around that. I will tell you that about 4 years ago, I sold a puppy to a nurse. Not going to say what state she lived in because she knows that I was upset about this. And I'm not going to say what state she was in. I did the phone interview. I said, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? What is your plan on crating and all that? And she told me, and she said, oh no, the pup would have full reign. And I have a sun porch with a doggy door and the yard is fenced in. And my daughter's going to be there and everything. And then we delivered the pup to her. I think it was Connecticut or Pennsylvania. Anyway, she started telling me, sending me videos of this puppy in a crate, like all the time. And my thought was, I said, oh, how long are you crating him? And she said, well, just while I work. And my goodness, a work shift is 6 to 8 hours and then half an hour driving home. So I expect people to be honest with me when they call me because you want me to be honest with you. If you tell me when you go to contract, you're going to be crating the puppy that I gave my life and my husband's life and the part of my home, and we eat, sleep, and drink breeding Mastiffs. If you tell me your plan is to crate that pup 8 hours while you work, I am going to respectfully say I will not have a pup available for you. If you tell me that your plan is to not spay or neuter, I am going to probably tell you that I don't have a pup available for you. Gage was trying to breed females at 6 months old. They have semen at 6 months old. It is virtually impossible for you to have an intact female at 3 or 4 years old and then have a young pup come in and expect to wait, to not neuter him, that he will not get your female pregnant. He will. And that's going to be a problem for me because I'm not selling you breeding rights. Unless you have comparable lines to ours, and I don't think the United States has anything comparable. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. But, I would say be honest with me like I was with Antonio in Italy. And I said this was my plan. I gave him the opportunity to look at my home and see how I do things. He spent a lot of time watching me whelp litters and seeing my equipment. I showed him our farm and everything. I gave him the opportunity to not sell me puppies. And it was really his idea. He wanted to really set me up where, at the time I had Grappetti and Beowulf. And, Grappetti, they're good, but after about that 8th year, they start to have issues. And so I made sure I did ample genetic testing and x-rays to make sure that we were not going to pass on anything undesirable. And so, crate training is important because it gives the puppy some alone time and a safe place. And maybe while you're cleaning, he can go in there with his toys. But pups should not be crated. And dogs, no dog. That's my opinion. 8 hours? No, I would respectfully say I don't have a pup available for you. If something changes in the future, you're welcome to call back. Also, what is the temperament of the other dogs you have in the house? If you have a dog that is not used to being around smaller dogs, possibly puppies, or that maybe is food aggressive or has ever bit anyone, again, I've had to pull contracts before. And so, yeah, that, sometimes doesn't go over well. But the Mastiff puppy, our lines, all they want to do is go home and snuggle up with you or whatever other animal you have. They're leaving their pack here and they're coming into your home. It would be really sad and kind of cruel to not expect them to go want to snuggle up with whatever other dog you have in the house. So it is important to us that our puppies do not go into the homes of people with food aggressive or any type of aggressive dog. I would be terrified that my puppy would want to go snuggle and get attacked. Your puppy, not my puppy, but I think that's important. And for people that know us over the years, I do not consider these puppies mine. Once you put money in place and you do a contract, these pups belong to you. And so you're trusting us, and then we trust you to, I want to tell you a funny story real quick. Several years ago, I had a litter of puppies and absolutely loved everybody that was getting their puppy. And I still do like the person that this happened with. By the way, I still do like this person. But, she had come here to visit her puppy and we had so many laughs together. She actually was here when I went live and I just thought she was so cool. I had so much fun with her. I made dinner. She'd come up. But on the day that she picked up her puppy, it was snowing. She got about an hour down the interstate and decided to FaceTime me. So she put her phone on the windshield facing her. She's got the puppy here in this arm. And she says to me, "Oh my God, he is the cutest, most snuggly. I love him so much. It is so hard to hold the puppy, the steering wheel, and my cigarette at the same time." I said, are you smoking in the car with the puppy? Right in the car with the puppy? And she was like, well, yeah. And I said, oh my God, that puppy's lungs are only this big. I said, you can't do that. That's like having a newborn baby and a cigarette right next to him. And she basically told me, hey, mama, she says, this puppy's not yours anymore. You can't tell me not to smoke around him. And I said, no, of course not. But if you had told me that you were going to smoke in the car with the newborn 9-week-old puppy, I would have never. I like you so much, but we just differ on opinions of, right and wrong. You wouldn't smoke with a newborn baby in the front of a car. They can't defend themselves and they can't get away from the smoke. And I'm sorry, but I hope you smoke outside the car if you're getting a puppy of mine. And that's my opinion. And I feel like as a breeder, I want what's best. And dogs get cancer for many, many, many reasons. It's not just dog food. It's not just a certain toy or a this or a that. Dogs can get cancer for many different reasons. You don't know if you smoke around your dog. You can't blame the dog food when the dog gets cancer. So that's my opinion. It doesn't always get well received. Sometimes people get angry at me for saying stuff like this, but doesn't mean don't have children. It just means don't smoke with the baby right here. Go outside and smoke, right? Or, put the puppy in the carrier, step outside, smoke outside the car, and then come back in. That's not hard. It's just being respectful to that other life and hopefully to the breeder that took their time to breed that puppy. And so I just really wanted to jump on today and try and test being able to go live on the Facebook page and YouTube. I am going to, once this video loads, I will then go back and do a thumbnail of the video, and hopefully I did it correctly. You just don't know. So I don't have anybody telling me how to do it. I kind of just winging it. But are there any questions? Our girls should be back in heat in May. I can tell you that Lily has 3 contracts on her, 2 brindle males and 1 brindle female. So Lily has 2 contracts on her. Rain has 1 contract on her, and Faith has 1 contract on her. Faith and Bruno are fawn with black masks. Again, Bruno has never sired anything. And so I'm not really sure if he is not proven yet, but he is genetic tested, and the dogs are 100% genetically clear for anything pertinent to the Mastiff breed. And so before I close this video, is there any questions that you have? You can always email me or call me, 207-694-1200 if you have any questions. It's not really hard to get a puppy from us. We just want to make sure that you're ready and that you take your time and you're ready for that best friend that follows you to the bathroom. So it's funny, we all joke, my clients and I joke around about that. But yeah, I got 6 Mastiffs sitting outside the bathroom door. And so, but, it's Saturday. I don't want to take any more of your time. I'm not sure actually how to close this video on YouTube. So I'm just going to go ahead and wing it. As far as Facebook goes, if there are any questions, feel free to message me, 207-694-1200, 207-694-1200. And if you have a pup from somebody else and I can help you in any way or give you advice if you're thinking about another breeder and maybe you don't want a puppy from us, I try to make it I don't really want to, I just don't want to really evaluate other people's dogs. I don't want to give honest opinions because they're not like our dogs. Our dogs are not from here. They're born in Italy. So it's not really fair to compare one of our puppies to an American Mastiff that has, they're all the American breeders are sort of doing one pup for one pup. There's almost no American breeder that I know of that's shipping breeding dogs in from Europe. We did it, but, I just didn't want something that you could find easily here in the United States. I wanted something different, and that's what Chris and I did. And you pay more, but I can sleep with both eyes shut, and my clients, are constantly sending me beautiful videos, and I do updates with my clients, and I make sure I can put my head on my pillow at night. And I know that My conscience is very clear for any pups we have ever sold. So I wanted to show you in real time. The whelping room is going to be cleaned here and get some stuff done, filtering through stuff. If we don't use inventory, we donate it to the Holton Humane Society. So anything that has a date on it, whether it's pup replacer or wormer or anything that is not opened, of course, not, that is still sealed, anything we can donate, we always do. And so, guys, if only 19% of you on YouTube are actually subscribed to the channel, if you would please take a minute to subscribe, because it helps us. Now, I'm not going to tell you all the stuff them other YouTubers tell you, oh, this, that, and the other thing. What I'm going to tell you is we would like this channel to get more viewers so that we can donate the proceeds to Tunnel to Towers and St. Jude's Children's Hospital for children's cancer research. I have a page manager. I'm not going to say his name. I have a page manager on the YouTube channel. He does all of our digital work, and he will say, okay, you're at that point now. So many subscribers. There's been so much monetarily come off. And then I will go on the Facebook page and tell YouTube, people in YouTube land, how much money came off and then what charity it's going to. Now, I said Tunnel to Towers and St. Jude's, but to tell you the truth, Mass General Children's Hospital saved my son Billy's life in 1991. 1991, he choked on a piece of cantaloupe and had to be rushed from Chelsea over to Longwood Ave, over the Tobin Bridge, during a parade. And so I was able to get the cantaloupe out of his airway as he had started to turn blue in the ambulance halfway over there, and I was terrified. But we spent 9 days over there in the Children's Hospital. For me, I would love to donate money there. I know that the pediatric unit in Eastern Maine Medical, Steven Spielberg, the author, donates money regularly there. So I would like to, divide the proceeds to the YouTube channel, to Tunnel to Towers, so we never forget the victims of 9/11, and St. Jude's Children's Cancer Research. Now, the Wounded Warrior Project and Tunnel to Towers has been doing a lot of collaboration. So that's the reason I didn't mention the Wounded Warrior Project. But anyway, if you are watching our videos, would you please subscribe to the YouTube channel so that we can reach that 1,000 subscribers. We're almost there, believe it or not, we're almost there. And we are going to ring a bell and be so excited. You will be participating and donating the proceeds. So you're making it happen. It's not me. It's not just Bella Vista English Mastiffs. We're all doing it together. And you can feel good when you subscribe to the YouTube channel. You'll feel good knowing when I tell everybody we spent this much money, we sent this much money over to St. Jude's. Someday you may know a child that had to be seen at St. Jude's. They don't take any money from the parents. Even Boston Mass General, they never charged me. Children's Hospital in Boston on Longwood Ave, they never charged me for them helping my son Billy. And so it is important. So if you would consider subscribing, please do that. At any rate, if you have any questions, feel free to call us, 207-694-1200. I hope I log out of this YouTube video correctly. Let me go ahead and hit the one on the Facebook page. We will talk to you later. Thank you for watching. Anybody know how to do this? Uh-oh. To anybody? All right.